What's up, guys? We are here offshore fishing, aka deep sea fishing, out of Stuart, Florida today with our good buddy Captain Pete on his boat, and we are bottom fishing today. I'm about to drop down at the first location. I just want to show you my rig and my setup here real quick. So you can see here that I've got a piece of dead ballyhoo, taking the tail and the head off, ran the circle hook through the actual bone of the ballyhoo, so it's harder for the fish to take it off. That's a circle hook, 5/0 Mustad circle hook, attached with a uni knot, 30-pound fluorocarbon leader. I would say it's about 6 to 7 feet long. And then you can see I have this three-way swivel going on here. So I have a shock leader that's on my reel. It's about 50-pound, attached to this swivel with uni to uni knot to my leader. And then on the other side, I've got a bead and another swivel. And this swivel has a 20-pound leader attached to my weight. So this is a breakaway weight in case it gets stuck on the bottom. And then that way I can reel the fish and the rest of my leader up. So this is kind of to break off, and I can switch out this weight nice and easy depending on the current situation. So we are a little deep today, and I just want to show you the setup, and then we're going to drop it down. Got something on. Coming up. Steady reeling. I know there's Goliath groupers around here, and now I know there's other big fish that I've seen in the water, so I just want to try and get my fish up as quickly as possible. Nice. Is that a keeper? Yes. Keeper porgy in the boat. Looks like my line got pretty frayed up down there on the wreck. But I've got dinner, guys. That counts.
There he is.
Oh, you got a solid one now. Heck yeah.
There he is.
Get him up, get him up.
That's
the
8-pound mutton.
Goliath is gonna get it. Get him, Captain Pete. Captain Pete's hooked up. I gotta put it. Uh-oh. Something ate it?
Nope, not yet. No, don't go back down.
No!
Don't go back down.
That's a solid fish, man. I hope you land it.
He's
Get
got that
him,
grouper.
Captain Pete. Get him, Captain Pete. No! Dude, look at this fish. He's running back to the wreck. Get him. Short pumps. He knows how to fish.
Come on, Captain Pete. You can
Let's
do
go.
it.
Let's
You
go.
can do
Let's
it.
go. Look at this thing.
Woohoo!
Dude, he's got a solid fish on. Oh man, it's big. It's big.
Is it a gag?
It's a grouper?
What is it?
No, it's an AJ.
It's an AJ.
Big AJ.
Holy goodness, you got worked. Just lip him.
Sure.
If I can.
Put it in his mouth and come out. There you go.
There we go. We got him. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that AJ that Captain Pete just caught.
On a tiny little hook.
Yeah, on a little tiny hook. And you lost your weight. Yep, lost your weight.
Yep, the weight got
The other hook got bent out. Whoa, dude. That is a keeper AJ for him. Heck yeah.
They have some worms on the back here.
Yeah, they have worms.
But the rest of it is perfect
Delicious.
white meat on the grill.
So Captain Pete was just saying that they almost got wiped out due to commercial fishing. They're actually quite delicious. A lot of people don't eat them because of the worms that are inside
They're
their...
only on the back end.
Yeah,
And the smaller the fish, I mean, this is not a huge one, but the smaller the fish, you have only a few back here.
yeah.
So you trim that
Awesome.
off, and the rest of it you'll see is perfect white meat.
Nice. So that's a keeper fish. He's going in the cooler. Oh. He just hit bottom and instantly hooked up on the chicken rig.
Oh, he just got eaten.
Oh.
Oh, he just got eaten off the hook. Oh, yeah, he's back.
No, he's back. Oh, look. Grouper.
No, that's a kingfish.
That was a kingfish that ate
King
it?
just ate it.
No.
Yep. The kingfish just ate
This is wild. Get him up. Dude, this is insane fishing right now on this wreck.
Another AJ.
So his little fish was coming up, and I saw another fish come up and eat it, and it took it straight down.
Whoa.
And now he's getting worked again.
Hey, Darcizzle here.
Poor Captain Pete. He's handing it off. All right, if my line goes off, you have to get it though.
Here, I'm going to put this on here.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, go.
All right, it's on.
Okay. Thank you. Oh my goodness. This is a tank. All right, this fish is coming up now. It is digging quite like an AJ. Amberjacks fight so hard. Look at this rod doubled over, man. Get up here. Color. Get up here. Yeah, it looks like a huge AJ. Oh, I just slipped. That wasn't good. Cuda.
Holy cow!
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
That's a big
What,
Cuda, bro.
dude? What? What?
I don't want to hurt him.
Yeah. There you go. Oh my goodness. Fat and healthy. Look at that fish, dude. That is no joke. We don't want to hurt him, so we just gaffed him. Well, we didn't gaff him.
Lip gaffed him.
Lip gaffed him through the lip here.
Look at those teeth, man.
Look at that thing. He came up and ate his little fish off that thing. Massive
Go.
Cuda. Ready to go, Brian?
Yeah.
Wow, dude. That is a solid 40 pounder. There he goes, kicking. Gone. That's the way to do it. Woo! You don't really want to handle a big Cuda like that, especially if you want to let them go. They're slimy. They need to be swimming fast at all times, so we didn't really want to bring them in the boat. But that was sick. Sick fight. Glad I got to fight him for a little bit too. What's up, y'all? We made it back to the house from our fishing trip in Stuart, and I'm just getting my fillet knife ready because I've already filleted quite a few fish. I just spit, sorry. And honestly, after every fish you fillet, you should re-sharpen your knife a little bit, at least with the fine section, just to get that edge back. And this is the Angle Adjust knife sharpener from Smith's Consumer Products, which is really freaking sweet. And the cool thing about it is this knob, you adjust it to where you want it, and watch these little levers here. They adjust to the angle that you want for your knife. They work great, really affordable piece of equipment. I'll link it down below for y'all. And you can see that those things are moving. And it has down below the directions on what to do for certain types of knives, which is awesome as well. This works great. I don't need to use any of the other portions except the fine side just to get it a little more honed. And I'm gonna spray it off real quick. Then we're gonna dive into this and we're going to fillet the Amberjack. Don't forget about my code, 15% off all their products on their website, Smith's website, Darcizzle15, 15% off, plus free shipping. Doesn't get much better than that. So if you're interested, check them out. Links below. So let's dive into the cooler here. We have got a cooler full of fish. We're gonna dig out this Amberjack. This is crazily works so well. This ice has not even melted one bit. And here's the big, beautiful Amberjack that Captain Pete gave us to try out. There he is. Caught many Amberjacks over the years myself. Honestly, we usually don't end up keeping them, or our friends sell them commercially. Captain Pete was saying on the boat earlier that these guys were almost wiped out commercially because they were so good and people love the heck out of these things. But a lot of people though believe nowadays that they're actually a trash fish, and it's a common misconception, and Captain Pete was telling us, trust me, you're gonna love it. So we are excited to try it out. Also want to show you really quick this injury that was re-healed. It looks like somebody almost gaffed him, missed the gaff, and he swam off. But he's got 2 holes that totally healed on either side of him, which is pretty crazy. Hardy fish. I'm gonna spray him off real quick and let's dive right in. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna dive right into this, and what I'm gonna do is make a cut right here behind the pec fin. And you want a really sharp knife, nice sharp knife to get the job done here. And you can see how I just angled that all the way up to the head. See that? Make it as far up to the head as you possibly can. Honestly, I could have cut more there, but that's okay. So just make that nice cut behind the pec fin, and then work it up to the head. Turn the knife around, and follow the backbone down. And these fish get up to 100 pounds. This fish is one of the hardest fighting fish pound for pound. You can see how hard Captain Pete fought that fish. I mean, they fight from start to finish all the way to the boat. They are just one of those fighters that just head dig. They are very powerful, very strong, and I can't imagine fighting a 100-pounder. I've fought 50-pounders, but I've never fought a 100-pounder. I can't imagine. So you can see now that I'm just working that knife with nice long strokes down the backbone. You see that? Look at that meat. Oh my gosh, looks amazing. A lot of people don't like to eat this fish because they're known for worms. They're known for tapeworms that live inside the muscle of this fish. And that kind of freaks people out. Freaks me out too a little bit. But mainly these worms are usually found in the tail section of this fish. So if that bothers you, you can just cut that out. A lot of my friends actually too, some of the captains we fish with over the years will keep these Amberjacks and they'll give them to the soup kitchens so they can make soup, and they sell them commercially, like I said, around the world, around to different restaurants. They're great, tasty, sweet fish, not smelly, not fishy whatsoever. So I'm just nice long strokes like you see me doing. And then up here, it's got all these rib cage bones. And try to keep them intact. Looks like I broke through them a little bit. That's no big deal. Like I said, that sharp knife is really key. You see how I'm like also bending the knife a little bit? I like a flex in my knife so I can really get in there and work the knife and get over those bones and get as much meat as possible. Boom! Oh my gosh, look at that. That does not look bad whatsoever. Really firm, like I said, sweet flavor, not fishy whatsoever. Also a really oily fish, and it's great to smoke as well. People love to smoke them. I've never had smoked amberjack. I don't know if we're gonna try that in this video today. I don't think so, but maybe in the future. So I'm gonna just push him over to the side here, and let's see if we can find some worms. He's not the biggest one in the world, but he's a keeper-sized amberjack. I've had Almaco jack before, and they have worms, but I don't really see any currently. But let's go ahead and skin them. Plenty of meat to go around. So you can see, I kind of left some of this here just because that's a lot of like, you know, muscle and tendons connecting in the tail. I don't really want to eat that. So just what I'm doing is holding my finger here, made the insert underneath the tail here. And now you can see already, before I go any further, you can see how all this red bloodline is on the skin. So I'm going to try to keep my knife up a little bit and not directly on the skin so all of this red bloodline doesn't come off. We'll see how I do. See. Then I kind of just like to keep my hand underneath it and work it down. And try to keep it next to the edge of the table too so you have better leverage. And I probably should be using a little bit of a bigger blade here to skin it, but I'll make this work. I should probably be using my 9-inch. This should be fine. And guys, don't forget about my fish hook and anchor bracelets that I hand tied myself. Sterling silver hooks available as well on my website. Check it out if you want to support the channel, and that'll be linked down below. But check that out. I didn't do that bad of a job, but you can see I kept most of that bloodline here. Right here started to mess up a little bit, and you can see a little bit of the skin. But overall, I mean, it's perfect. There's not really a mess up. It's just, you know, there's a little bit of skin there. It is what it is. So if you keep it just a little further up, like a millimeter or two up from the skin, you'll get most of that bloodline on the skin and not on your fillet. And right there, you can see a tapeworm. There is a tapeworm. So these guys, apparently they don't, I think I read something about them, but they don't like, I don't know, they suck like the carbohydrates out of the fish, and that's how they survive or something like that. I'm not a scientist, but you can see this worm goes way deep in there. Usually it's by the tail. So we're just going to keep it on this side, and I'm going to get rid of this red bloodline. Just outlining it. Get it out there, and we're going to have nice, juicy amberjack steaks. So excited. There we go. Check that out. There is your amberjack. I'm sure there's going to be more worms in there once I fillet the rest of them up, but I'm just going to cut them up, chunk them up, and get them inside the house. I'm going to do the other side of this fish, and I'm going to meet you guys back in the house for the cooking with pudding portion of this video.
Thanks a lot, Darcizzle. Another great job filleting those amberjacks, getting those amberjack steaks out. And welcome to another edition, guys, of Cooking with Pudding. And today, we're cooking amberjack on the grill. Now, amberjack down here in Florida, because we have so many other fish to eat, is not really something people eat, I gotta tell you. Usually they smoke it and make dip. So this is, we've never had it, so it's a little bit of an experiment. And I got 3 steaks here, or fillets, and you can see, Darcizzle's behind the camera. I mean, the meat looks perfectly fine, and there was no worms. The fish are a little bit smaller, but we're gonna marinate it first. I have a very simple marinade, and we're gonna put the recipe down below in the description. So it's just gonna be, I got red wine vinegar. I'm gonna just do it in a bag, super simple. Red wine vinegar, lemon juice, so the 1/3 of a cup. I got some pressed garlic. It says 3 garlics. I did like 6 because we love garlic, and this is cooking with pudding. There's no rules, right? You guys can do whatever you want. Thyme. Now that's fresh thyme, and I'm gonna make a call right here, guys. No man should be making fresh thyme to get those little teeny leaves off there. We're not doing that again on this channel. That's it, last time. Sugar, my favorite, of course, and then some salt. That's really it. I'm gonna put these fillets in here. Seal it up. And then we're gonna put this in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. And the timing on this is gonna be a little bit important because we have lemon juice in here, right? And that's gonna do a little bit of cooking on the fish. So you don't wanna leave it like overnight or too long, particularly overnight, of course, or too long, because that's gonna cook your fish. Of course, Puddin didn't close it good, and I spilled it all over the place. That's cooking. That's why we have Cooking with Puddin, and you guys aren't watching Rachel Ray right now. Anyway, now we're on track, and so we got a little mixed up. I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator, and then I'm gonna turn the grill on, and then in 30 minutes, we'll be right back. All right, guys, 30 minutes later, got the grill all warmed up. You might hear my trashy neighbor's dogs. Sorry. That's what happens when you live in Florida. But you can see they got cooked a little bit with that lemon juice, like I mentioned. I'm just gonna put them right on here. Now, as you know, fish cooks about 10 minutes per inch. And they suggested 4 minutes on each side, but you know, it is what it is. And we'll stick a fork in it and see when it's done. So we'll see you in 4 or 5 minutes. All right, that is done. Now, this is a very firm fish, one with cobia, tuna, wahoo. You never want to overcook it. Under is better. Whew. That was easy and easy to cook.
Yes. Brian's been diving in because he loves it so much.
Look at the size of this fork she gave me.
That's one of your baby forks.
It's not a baby fork.
It's in the baby fork drawer.
Tell us how you like it.
It's in the baby fork drawer. So you can see here that I made a bowl and I have a bed of zucchini and yellow squash that I baked in the oven. And then we put the amberjack on top and then a little bit of cilantro garnish. Yummy.
Perfect meal for fat people like me. Let me fill you in. It's delicious.
Heck yeah, it was really yummy. Brian did a great job cooking it. He always does a great job cooking it. Really moist and tender. Like you said, don't want to overcook because it's going to dry out real quick. It's one of those fish, like cobia.
Yep.
Another fish out there, but it is amazing. Really good. We don't catch amberjacks too often, at least small ones like that to keep, because that was a keeper. But in future, we will be eating them. And I want to smoke one too.
You know, people down here in South Florida, excuse me, don't really act like this is a good fish, like it's a trash fish, but it's delicious.
No, no joke. It's like a 10 out of 10. It's really good. It's really good. I don't think you would know. It's not fishy whatsoever, guys. Like,
No.
whatsoever.
So it's
Sweet
a white,
and mild.
flaky meat.
Yeah.
It's not fishy. And that's really it. I wouldn't say it might be better than might be similar to cobia.
It is. I would say it's very
Cobia might be a little firmer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very
Yummy.
good. And
Yummy, yummy.
we got to run to Nashville right now. By the time you see this, we'll be back from the Nashville Big Rock Show.
Yeah, we're going to be in and out real quick.
Yeah, and then we've got a bunch of other events coming up. And so we're on a plane today. And so until next time.
Follow your dream and keep on catching.
catching.